Welcome to the Agrawal classes. Today in the thermodynamics class we will discuss about the available energy, exergy and irreversibility. In this today we will start with the dead state. When the system is in equilibrium with the surrounding, it must be in pressure and temperature equilibrium with the surrounding. There should not be any chemical reaction or mass transfer. The system must have zero velocity and minimum potential energy. Then this particular state is known as the dead state of the system. If we will see this particular figure on the PV diagram, this is the constant temperature line, isothermal line at T0, that is the atmospheric temperature, and this is the constant pressure line P0, that is the atmospheric pressure. If say we are having a state system at state 1, that means this particular system is having a pressure higher than the atmospheric pressure. That means we can get some useful work by applying an air motor between this point and this point. So we will get the output, available energy or the useful work. That means this state is not a dead state. Once the pressure of this point 1 reduces to atmospheric pressure or reaches to the atmospheric pressure, then it will be a dead state. Or the other way, if I will say the system is having at this particular point, that means the pressure at this point is lower than the pressure of the atmosphere, then also we can have an air motor in between these two, and the air will flow from the 0 towards 1 dash because of the low pressure, and the pressure of 1 dash will go on increasing till it will become 0. So in that case also we are getting some useful work. So this state is also not a dead state. When this system reaches to this point, or this system reaches to this point, that is the system is in equilibrium with the surrounding with the pressure and temperature equilibrium, then we say this particular system is in a dead state, or we cannot get any useful work with interacting with the surrounding, then we say it is a dead state. Or if you will see here for the temperature difference, say on the TS diagram, this is the dead state where the pressure is P0 and the temperature is T0. Say we are having a system at point 1, so we can have an Carnot engine between one point, the system, and the T0, the atmospheric temperature. So we can have some useful work between 1 and T0. So this is not the dead state because we are getting some useful work, and once it will deliver the work and this system 1 will reach towards the T0 point. Once it reaches the T0, then we will say the system is having a P0 pressure and T0 temperature. That means it is now received the dead state, reached the dead state. Similarly, if we are having say some other point in the system, some other system having at point 1 whose temperature is lower than T0, in that case also we can have here in between these 2 points a Carnot engine, that is between the system and the surrounding, and the heat will start flowing from atmosphere to the system and will get some useful work. That means at point 1 also, even though the temperature is lower than the atmospheric, we have some available energy. So we can say that the one state, this particular state, is also not in a dead state because we are getting some useful work, and as the engine will work between T0 and T, the temperature of this particular point 1 will go on increasing and it will reach to T0 and the work production will stop. So we will say the system has now reached to the dead state. So that is the one condition, the pressure and temperature must be in equilibrium with the surrounding. then there should not be any chemical reaction or mass transfer also between the system and the surrounding, and the system must have a zero velocity and minimum potential energy. That is, inside the system the velocity of the fluid must be zero and it must have a minimum potential, that is whatever the datum line we are considering, that datum line or that potential energy will be there, that is equivalent to the surrounding. Okay, then we say this system is in a dead state, or this state is known as the dead state of the system. Now we will consider the availability. Whenever we are obtaining the useful work in a process, the system pressure and the temperature reduces and it approaches to the atmospheric pressure and temperature, and at that particular point when the system reaches, the work what we are getting is now stopped, the work production is stopped. So we say that particular state as the dead state, and the work which we are getting till the system reaches the equilibrium with the surrounding, we say that particular work as the availability, or we can say define as the availability is denoted by A of a given system as the maximum useful work, that is the total work minus the PDV work that is obtainable in a process in which the system comes to equilibrium with its surrounding. Availability is basically a composite property depending on the state of both the system and the surrounding. Say in this particular case we can say, if we are having an engine and here we are having some source of temperature T1 equals to say 1000 Kelvin, and here we are having a sink or the surrounding temperature of T0 equals to 300 Kelvin, and in between if we are operating an heat engine, then what will happen? And say Q equals to 1000 joules of energy we are supplying. So what will happen in this particular case? We are going to get the work, if it is the engine is reversible engine, then the work will be given as Q into 1 minus T0 upon T1, that is in this case 1000 into, this is actually the efficiency, so this will be 1 minus T0 300 divided by 1000, so it will be 1000 into 0.7, that is 700 kilojoules or joules. If it is joules, then it is joules of work done we are going to get, and this will be the maximum work done which we are getting. If some other source we are having at a temperature say T1 equals to 600 Kelvin and same amount of Q equals to 1000 joules we are supplying to an heat engine which is also a reversible heat engine, so we will get W amount of work and it will reject the balance amount of heat to the same reservoir having a temperature of 300 Kelvin. So in this case the work will be given as Q 1 minus T0 upon T1. So here Q will be 1000 into 1 minus 300 divided by 600, that is the efficiency. So it will be 1000 into 0.5 or 500 joules. So this much work we are going to get. So that means what happens, this is the availability of the source having a Q of 1000 joules at temperature 1000 Kelvin, and if the surrounding temperature is 300. So this is the availability. If the same amount of heat is there at 600 Kelvin with the same atmosphere, the availability is reduced to 500 joules because this temperature is lower. So this is the availability, which the work which we are getting, maximum work, that is in the reversible process, which we can get as a maximum, that is the availability, and that depends purely on the temperature also of the system, the condition of the system, and the surrounding also. If I say the temperature of the surrounding, instead of 300 it is now 400, then what will happen? In that case, the availability will be 1000 into 1 minus 400 upon 1000, that is 600 kilojoules. Okay, and here if I will say that temperature is 400 Kelvin, in that case it will be 1000 into 1 minus 400 upon 600, so it will be 333.3 joules. Okay, so that means the availability, basically availability represented by A, is a composite property of the system and the surrounding. The surrounding temperature if reduces or changes, the availability is changing. If the system property is changing 1600, then also the availability is changing. So the availability is basically a composite property. Let us find out the availability in a steady flow process. We know that the reversible maximum work associated with a steady flow process for a single flow is given by this particular equation. Okay, so this process is represented on the PV diagram is by this way, 1 to 2. This is the constant pressure line P0, and at this particular point if I am there, then the temperature is also T0. So this is my dead state, but here I am following 1 to 2 process. So the availability, what the maximum work we are getting in the process 1 to 2 is given by the W reversible equals to this. And when we will consider the availability at point 1, that means we have to consider the process from 1 to the dead state point, that is in this figure if you will see 1 to dead state point, where the system is in equilibrium with the temperature and with the pressure with the surrounding. Okay, so in that particular case, the availability at point 1, if we will say this point the temperature is T, pressure is P, and at this particular point we say as the suffix T0 is the temperature and P0 is the pressure, then the reversible work between 1 and the dead state 0 will be equals to the availability, because the availability we said the maximum work which we can get between the system and the surrounding when the system comes into an equilibrium with the surrounding. So the reversibility or the availability, W reversible, or the availability of the system from the point 1 it be equals to H minus T0 S plus MC square by 2 plus mgz minus H0 minus T0 S0 plus mgz0. Here this is the first point and this is the last point. So here the last point is the atmospheric pressure and temperature. So this is that. Here we are not considering mc2 square by 2 or mc0 square by 2, that is the kinetic energy we are not considering, because the kinetic energy at the dead state we said will be equals to 0. So this is the availability at point 1. Similarly, if we wish to find out the availability at point 2, then we can say it is of 1, then W reversible for the point 2 will be equals to H. So now here we have to write H2 minus T0 S2 plus MC2 square by 2 plus MGZ2 minus, again here the Z state we are going to reach, so H0 minus T0 S0 plus MGZ0. So this is the availability if I am at state 2. Okay, and if we want to find out the maximum work between 1 and 2, then it will be nothing but the W reversible A, or we can say availability at point 1 minus availability at state 2 will be equal to the minus of these two. So this will become H minus T0 S plus MC square by 2 plus MGZ minus H2 minus T0 S2 plus MC2 square by 2 plus MGZ2, and this term will cancel out. So this is the availability between the 2 points 1 and 2. Okay, so and if we will neglect this, say the kinetic energy and change in potential energy, in that particular case this will become H minus T0 S minus H minus H2 minus T0 S2, or if you wish to write this as point 1, then we can also write this as point 1. So there will not be any problem in this. So this is the availability between the two states in a steady flow process, or we can say this is the maximum reversible work which we can get. Here we are neglecting the change in kinetic energy and change in potential energy. Okay, this we are neglecting, and or rather we are saying the change in this is approximately equals to 0. So this will be the maximum work. If we wish to write on a per kg basis, then this will be W max equals to, this will become small h minus T0 into small s1 specific minus enthalpy H2 specific minus T0 into S2 specific entropy per kg. So this way we can find out the change in availability if the system is passing through process 1 to 2, and this also we know is nothing but a B1 minus B2, and we said that the B1 or B2 are the Keenan function. Okay, so we can write the W max will be equals to B1 minus B2. That Keenan function B is written as H minus T0 into S. Okay, H when we are writing, so if point 1 we are considering, we will say H1, second point we are considering, we will say S2, similarly S will say S1, S2, like that, but T0 will remain constant because this is the dead state. Now let us consider the availability in a non-flow process, and to consider this, what we will say, let us assume the initial state is represented by its parameters without any suffix or subscripts, and the final state, that is the dead state, is represented by a subscript 0. Say the initial temperature is T and the final temperature is T0. Initial pressure is P, final pressure is P0, like that. So in that particular case, we know that the maximum useful work which we can get, and that will be equals to the availability, as we discussed what is availability, is given by the equation E minus E0 plus P0 into V minus V0 minus T0 into S minus S0. It is given by this equation, and if we will expand this E, then this will become U plus mc square by 2 plus mgz, that is for E, minus E0 will be equals to U0 plus mgz0. mc0 square by 2 will not be there, because we said in the dead state the velocity is 0, plus P0 V minus V0 minus T0 S minus S0. So this is the maximum useful work in a non-flow process, or it is equals to the availability in a non-flow process. And if we will neglect the change in kinetic energy and change in potential energy, then this equation will become U minus U0 plus P0 into V minus V0 minus T0 into S minus S0. That is the availability. And if we wish to write down the availability on per kg basis, then it will be small a equals to U minus U0 plus P0 into V minus V0, now it is a specific volume, minus T0 into S minus S0, that is the specific entropy. So this is now becomes the availability, and if we will rearrange the terms, then it will be equals to U plus P0V minus T0 S minus U0 plus P0 V0 minus T0 S0, or we can write as phi minus phi 0. Okay. So here phi we will say as the availability function, phi as the availability function. So this is the availability in a closed system. If the system undergoes for a process change from say 1 to 2, then in that case what will be the change in the availability? So we can write as phi 1 minus phi 2 equals to this, we will write as phi 1 minus phi 2, phi 1 minus phi 0 minus phi 2 minus phi 0. So first we will try to find out 1 to the 0 state and from 2 to the 0 state from the above equation. So we will get U1 minus U2 plus P0 V1 minus V2 minus T0 into S1 minus S2. So this will be the decrease in the availability if the process follows a path 1 to 2, or process executed through point 1 to point 2, and this is the maximum work which we can get between the point 1 and 2 if it is a reversible one. So this depends on the surrounding also, because here it is the surrounding temperature and surrounding pressure is given. So that is why we said the availability is a property, it is a composite property, it depends on the system properties as well as on the surrounding properties. Now we will consider the availability in a chemical reaction. बहुत सारी केमिकल रिएक्शंस ऐसी होती हैं जिसमें प्रेशर और टेम्परेचर इक्विलिब्रियम में होता है सराउंडिंग के बिफोर द रिएक्शन टेक्स प्लेस, और रिएक्शन होने के बाद में जो प्रोडक्ट्स हैं वो भी जो है वो सराउंडिंग के साथ में इक्विलिब्रियम में होते हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ प्रेशर एंड टेम्परेचर। जैसे कि हम एक एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं इंटरनल कंबशन इंजन का, उसमें अगर हम ये अज्यूम कर लें कि जो प्रोडक्ट ऑफ कंबशन है, जो गैस है, वो उसको हमने कूल कर दिया है एटमॉस्फेरिक टेम्परेचर T0 तक, और उसको जब हमने डिस्चार्ज किया है तो उसका प्रेशर जो है वो एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर है P0। वी विल डिस्कस टू केसेस। वन, first we will discuss a system which is in temperature equilibrium with the surrounding before and after the process। पहला लेंगे हम जिसमें हमारा जो सिस्टम है वो केमिकल रिएक्शन होने के पहले और बाद दोनों टाइम पर टेम्परेचर के इक्विलिब्रियम में था। ठीक है। दूसरी प्रोसेस हम लेंगे जब हमारा सिस्टम प्रोसेस केमिकल प्रोसेस होने के पहले और बाद दोनों में वो इक्विलिब्रियम में था, प्रेशर और टेम्परेचर दोनों के। ठीक है। तो पहले जो है हम इसको कंसीडर करते हैं। सो इन केस वन, द मैक्सिमम वर्क ऑब्टेनेबल ड्यूरिंग ए चेंज ऑफ स्टेट वी नो इज गिवन बाय E1 माइनस E2 माइनस T0 S1 माइनस S2। दिस वी नो। सो if we'll expand this E term, then it will become U1 plus M1 C1 square by 2 plus mg Z1 minus U2 plus mv2 square by 2 plus mg Z2 minus T0 into S1 minus S2. If we neglect the change in kinetic energy and potential energy, then the W max will be equals to U1 minus U2 minus T0 into S1 minus S2. Since the initial and final temperature of the system are same as that of the surrounding, so we can write as T1 equals to T2 equals to T0 equals to T, say. So for all the temperatures we write T. So Wt max will become U1 minus U2. Wt we are writing because this work we are getting when the temperature before and after the process remains constant, are the same, and that is equals to the atmospheric pressure temperature. So it will be U1 minus U2 when the temperature at the initial state and the final state is the same and is equals to the atmospheric temperature, minus T0 we are replaced with the T because it is also a T0 only, into S1 minus S2 again with when the temperature is constant between are the same between the initial state as well as in the final state. So if we defined a property called Helmholtz function f by the relation f equals to u minus Ts, then we can write F1 minus F2 at the same temperature for the point 1 and point 2 will be equals to U1 minus T S1, and for F2 it will be U2 minus T S2. So it will become F1 minus F2 equals to U1 minus U2 at same temperature minus T into S1 minus S2 again at the same temperature, that is the atmospheric temperature. So by equation 1 and equation 2 we can say Wt max will be equals to F1 minus F2 at the same temperature T. That means Wt will be either less than or equals to the difference in the Helmholtz function. If it is equal, then we will say this particular process is a reversible process, and if it is less than the Helmholtz function, then we will say this process is a reversible process. Availability in a chemical reaction. The second case, the system which is in both pressure and temperature equilibrium with the surrounding before and after the process. So in this case, we are going to consider a system which is under equilibrium with the surrounding by means of a pressure and temperature before the reaction and after the reaction. So in this case, what happens when the volume of the system increases, some work is done by the system against the surrounding, that is the PDV work, and this is not available for doing useful work. So in this case, the availability or the available work, maximum available work or useful work, WU maximum, will be U plus P0V minus T0S minus U0 P0 V0 minus T0 S0, that is phi minus phi 0, the availability function. Okay, so the maximum work we can obtain during a change of state is the decrease in the availability of the system. Whatever the work we are obtaining between the change of the state, the maximum we will get, that is the reduction in the availability of the system. So WU max, if you consider the two states, one state and the second state in the equilibrium states, then WU maximum we can write as A1 minus A2 or phi 1 minus phi 2 as U1 minus U2 plus P0 V1 minus V2 plus minus T0 S1 minus S2. If the initial and final equilibrium states are at the same pressure and temperature of the surrounding, as we had considered the state 1 and state 2, now we are saying the state 1 and state 2 are such that the initial and final states are in equilibrium with the surrounding in terms of the pressure and temperature, then we can say P1 is equals to P2 is equals to P0, and that is equals to say P, and T1 is equals to T2 is equal to T0, and say it is equals to T. So this equation we can write as WU maximum, WU useful equals to U1 minus U2 when P and T are same for the initial state, first state and the second state, plus P V1 minus V2 again for the same initial state when the pressure is same and the temperature is same for the two states, minus T S1 minus S2 for the same equilibrium states for the pressure and temperature. So this is the maximum work we will get if we define a Gibbs function as G as a property. G equals to H minus Ts, or H we can write as U plus PV minus Ts. So G equals to U plus PV minus Ts. Then for the two states we can write G1 minus G2, the Gibbs function at 1 minus Gibbs function at 2, again when the pressure and temperature at the initial state and final state are the same, P and T. It will be equals to U1 minus U2 from this equation, U1 minus U2 plus P V1 minus V2 minus T S1 minus S2. So from these two equations, if we will compare, then these are equal. So we can say WU maximum when the pressure and temperature for the initial and final state are the same is equals to the difference of the Gibbs function when the pressure and temperature are same. So we can rewrite this equation as WU maximum or WU when the initial and final states for the pressure and temperature are same will be less than or equals to G1 minus G2, that is the difference of the Gibbs function. So the difference of this or the decrease in the Gibbs function of a system sets up an upper limit to the work that can be performed exclusive of PDV work in any process between two equilibrium states at the same temperature and pressure. So this way we can find out the maximum available energy or maximum available work between the chemical reaction when the initial and final states with respect to temperature and pressure are same. This is applicable only when the system exchanges heat only with the surrounding, which is at the same temperature and pressure as the end state of the system. And as we said, if this process is irreversible, then the useful work will be less than the maximum or will be less than the difference of the Gibbs function. In the next class, we will study the irreversibility and Gauss-Stodler theorem. Thank you.